Hey LEGO fans, I'm delighted to be talking to you about our Christmas edition of Blocks magazine. Here's Blocks magazine issue 133. This is available to buy now at blocksmag.com as a single issue or as part of a great value subscription package. And as you can see, we have got the Holiday Express train on the front cover. The image of this is absolutely beautiful. Phil Wrighton, our photographer, has done an amazing job with this. He's made it look really warm, festive, to give you all of those good Christmas vibes that you want to start having as you approach the big season. Now, you might think this is a bit early for a Christmas issue of a magazine. Why have you got a festive cover for the November edition rather than the December edition? Well, the reason for that is that the LEGO Group obviously launched their Christmas sets recently, so we want to be topical. We want to kind of tie into the fact that the Holiday Express train, family Christmas tree decoration, and a bunch of other festive LEGO sets have been released. But also, when you're going to buy these sets, you probably want to have them on display for a good chunk of December. Like, you don't want them only up on Christmas Day, you want them up a little bit before. So by running our content before that, it gives you time to look at them, read about them, think about which ones you want to get. And also means that you've got this beautiful magazine lying around in the run up to Christmas. You don't want it, again, only at Christmas. You want it there, ready for Christmas, getting you all warm and fuzzy, getting you in the right mood. And speaking to those articles that I talked about, we've got an exclusive interview with model designer Jae Won Lee, who worked on the Holiday Express train. Really fascinating feature, really cool insights that he gives us. He even shares how this set ties into one of the previous Winter Village sets in a very specific way. Then moving on to another Christmas set, LEGO design manager Sam Johnson talks to us all about the family Christmas tree set. So this one is absolutely fascinating. I've written the review that's also in this issue of this particular set. This massive box turned up from the LEGO Group, and I had no idea what the review set inside was going to be. I opened it up, and it's just this enormous Christmas tree. Who would have ever imagined the LEGO Group doing a Christmas tree that's like 3,000 pieces? It's absolutely bonkers. So we had to drill down into this and find out what the thinking was behind it, how they approached it, what went into it, and it's absolutely, again, like the Holiday Express train, just full of interesting details about how they developed it, what some of the ideas were that got rejected along the way. Really, really interesting stuff. And once you've read this interview, if you then go on to build the set, as you build it, you're going to appreciate it all the more. You're going to have all these things in mind that you read about in this interview directly from Sam, who led the design of this particular set. But then, as hinted at before, we've also got reviews of the new Christmas set, so you can find out what our take on them is. This is where we say what's good about them, say what doesn't work so well, give a score on them, and basically it's to help you decide which ones are for you, which ones are you safe to skip. Spoiler alert, the gingerbread AT-AT is awesome. And then just to give you a bigger overview, this is our content spread to show that, yes, there's Christmas stuff in here, but if you're a bit of a Scrooge, if Christmas isn't your favorite time of year, there's loads of other stuff in this magazine as well. I say we've probably got about 12 pages, 14 pages of Christmas stuff, and then the other 100 pages is non-Christmas. So there's absolutely loads here to get stuck into, in terms of general LEGO content as well. And speaking of which, one of the coolest things we've got this month is this absolutely sprawling samurai-era Japan display that Rogue Bricks put together. So these guys talk us through the thinking behind it, how they did it, what they love about it, and then we pull out some of the specific techniques used in this model, show you what they are, show you some of the clever part usages. That means that you can then incorporate these ideas into your own creative builds that you're working on yourself. Really love this feature. I'm so want to see this build in person, but the next best thing, right, is being able to look at beautiful pictures of it and see it that way instead. So Will Tachik is one of our contributors at Blocks magazine, and he has been for some time. He is now a superstar because he appeared on Lego Masters Junior on Fox. He had this whole wild experience of filming this show, participating in Lego Masters, making it to the final, and he shares the whole story with us. He goes deep into what it's like to be on Lego Masters, shares what it's like to meet Boone and Amy and do all of the cool things that you get to do when you're part of that show. As you can see on this particular spread, he even got to visit Billund in Denmark and go to the LEGO Group's headquarters. and hang out with Jamie Barrard and Jamie Wheeler. So yeah, really, really interesting insight into what Lego Masters Junior is like. And obviously, everyone at Blocks is super happy for Will that he had this opportunity. If you have looked at the quick builds in the magazine, if you have built any of the quick builds in the magazine, then you know how talented this guy is. He's young, you know, he is building things better than a lot of the adults do at a really young age. So, you know, his talent's only going to grow over the time. I can't imagine how good he's going to be when he's when he's even older. Like, if this guy doesn't end up as a Lego professional, I will be shocked. So here's just a taste of our section at the front of the magazine called The Sort. So this is where we get you up to date on the latest news, but we also provide commentary. We also provide community spotlights in there. So it's not just a bunch of news headlines, it's a real mix of stuff. So here we look at the new Batmobile sets that are tying into LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. So the same sets are going to launch next March that will then be available to play inside the game. And there's going to be gold versions that you can unlock inside the game if you buy the retail version. Unfortunately, the gold versions are not going to be available to buy as sets. But yeah, so we talk about that. But then I also provide commentary on this format of set and share my hot take on it. As you can see, we're also looking at Bricklink and explain a bit about how the flexible stock approach works with that. So as you might know, Bricklink Designer Program no longer capped at 30,000 per set. They can go higher than that. And we explain what that's all about, what it means in practice on that particular page. Model designer Jae Won Lee stops by for a build in chat. This is one of my favorite features in the magazine because it means that we get to go super in depth with a Lego creative professional about their career. We get to talk about everything: their education, their background with the brick, how they got into the Lego group, different sets that they've designed over the years. We don't just focus on one thing. We have a big, broad, wide-ranging conversation that I have with these guys while we sit down and build a Lego set together. So building a Lego set, you're doing something tactile with your hands, you can kind of think in a different way, and it makes for really, really interesting conversations. And this one with Lee is particularly fascinating. He talks about creating one of my favorite Lego Ninjago sets ever, which is that amazing dragon shrine set that's got that beautiful curve to it, amongst many other things. So yeah, really cool interview, especially if you dream of going into Lego model design one day. There's some useful information in there that might inform the way you approach that. And that's your taster. That's everything I can share for now about what's in Blocks Magazine issue 133. It's available to order now at blocksmag.com. And if you want to get the magazine every single month and get much cheaper magazines, then take out one of our great value subscription packages, because that way every month 116-page magazine arrives at your door. You do not have to think about it. You take out your 12-month subscription, you forget about it for a year. You just know that every month it's going to land on your doorstep. You're going to have all that great Lego content. None of this stuff can be found online. It's exclusive to Blocks Magazine, written with a depth and specificity that you can only do if you're working to a monthly deadline. So I hope you all enjoy this particular issue. If there's anything you do really love about it, tell us in the comments. If there's anything you don't like about it, don't tell us in the comments. No, I'm just kidding. We do want the feedback. So always feel free to leave a comment or drop me an email and tell me what you want from Blocks Magazine, because this is a magazine for Lego fans and that's what it's all about. So be sure to share your feedback. Let us know what you're looking forward to the magazine. Let us know what you're looking forward to building over Christmas, and subscribe to this channel as well, so you know when we've got more videos coming up.